Ibrahim Traoré, the soldier who defied the West, a fictionalized but truth-inspired political story. 1. The rise of the young captain Burkina Faso, a landlocked West African country long battling terrorism and instability, found itself trapped between weak leadership and foreign interference. In 2022, the country simmered with frustration. Villages were under siege by jihadist groups, citizens had lost faith in the government, and French troops stationed in the region under the guise of counterterrorism were seen by many as ineffective occupiers. Captain Ibrahim Traoré, a young, sharp-minded officer in his early 30s, watched his nation decay from the inside. His loyalty had always been to his people, not to the elites, lounging in Ouagadougou under air conditioning while soldiers bled in the Sahel. On September 30th, 2022, Traoré led a swift and strategic coup d'etat, toppling interim leader Paul-Henri Sandaogo Damiba. His justification: Damiba had failed to secure the nation and had become too cozy with foreign powers. Traoré was not just a soldier, he was a symbol. Young, revolutionary, and unapologetically Pan-African. His speeches, though brief, carried weight. Our people must reclaim their dignity. We cannot subcontract our sovereignty. Act 2. The rejection of neocolonialism. As Traoré consolidated power, he made bold moves, expelled French troops and ended military accords with France, turned towards Russia, especially the Wagner-affiliated security groups, for military support, nationalized some resources and encouraged self-reliance and Pan-African solidarity, pushed for regional alliances with Mali and Niger, other nations ruled by military juntas. These decisions shook Paris and Washington. To them, Traoré was a threat not because of terrorism, but because he dared to say no. Traoré remained undeterred. He allowed massive anti-French protests, cut French state media access, and hosted Pan-African youth summits. In a viral speech, he said, "They do not hate us because of what we've done. They hate us because we've decided to stand." Act 3. The People's General Traoré's popularity soared, especially among the youth. Social media across Africa buzzed with praise. Memes dubbed him Africa's Thomas Sankara Reborn, invoking the revolutionary leader murdered in a 1987 French-backed coup. He wore simple fatigues, refused luxury, and was often seen eating among soldiers. Despite being in power, he spoke of eventual civilian transition, but insisted that first, Burkina Faso must be free from terror and foreign control. Meanwhile, attacks from insurgents continued, but under his rule, the army fought back harder. Local defense militias were empowered. In some areas, stability began to return, not because of foreign troops, but because of grassroots resistance. Act 4. A Continent Awakens. By 2025, the Traoré Doctrine had inspired a new wave of African assertiveness. Other Francophone countries questioned the lingering influence of Paris. The Economic Community of West African States, ESOWAS, was divided between aligning with Western pressure or embracing the anti-colonial current. France, once the undisputed patron of West Africa, found itself isolated. Its embassies were shuttered. Its TV stations were banned. And yet, its greatest defeat was not military, it was ideological. Traoré had shown a continent that resistance was possible. Epilogue. Hero or rebel? To the West, Traoré remains a rogue leader, dangerous and defiant. To his people, he is the people's general, a man who rose from the ranks not to serve himself, but to serve a wounded nation desperate for dignity. And in the dusty streets of Ouagadougou, where Sankara once dreamed and died, children now sing songs of another captain who dared to fight giants. If you haven't already, follow Tales Continuum